Good morning, friends, and welcome. Let's start our class today with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahirima Shaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved Gurudeva, Paramahansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. O great ones, fill us with thy blessings, thy grace, thy vibrations. Uplift us in thy spirit as we seek to attune ourselves ever more perfectly to thee. Bless our class today. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll start with a song. The topic of today's class is Swami Kriyananda's books, A Treasure. Welcome again, friends. And we'll hear from Swamiji, actually a short video that we'll see after the song. Welcome again.
Dare to be different, dare to be free, dare to roam far like wind on the sea. Fly like a gull, soar high on the air. Be strong in your courage when others despair. Never in anger, never in haste. Go without pride, be never abased. Freedom is yours if freedom you give. To all give it freely, in freedom you'll live. Mountains that stand up tall to the sky tell us no dreaming is ever too high. Dare to defy them, brave that high peak. You'll never know failure if victory you seek. Dare to be different, dare to be free, dare to roam far like wind on the sea. Fly like a gull, soar high on the air. Be strong in your courage when others despair.
In just a short time, it's unbelievably short, I was able to write this whole book. I began on October 7th of last year, and it was Jyotish and Devi who practically drove me to it because they were to come on October 7th. And I thought, well, once they come, the energy will shift. And I've been sort of trying in different ways to think, how can I approach this work? And it just wasn't coming. When I had this thought, oh my God, they're coming tonight, then I just was pushed over the edge. And from then on, it's really quite amazing. Because a book like this you can't write 600 pages in 2 months. It's just not humanly possible, especially for somebody who is extremely conscious of style and clarity and doing all the work that the many writers leave it to the reader to figure out what they mean. I have always felt that my job as a writer is to make things as clear as possible for the reader. With all these considerations, to think that I could finish it, starting it on to October 7th, finish it on December 5th. That's less than 2 months. It's unbelievable, and yet it happened. And more than that, you would think, well, in that case, the editing process must have taken a long time. When I wrote my book, The Path, it took me a year to edit it. And I figured this would surely take quite a bit of time, but yet on the other hand, as I wrote it, it seemed to flow just like a stream. And when I actually sat down to edit it, I began on a Tuesday morning and finished on a Tuesday morning 3 weeks later. Hard to believe. But as I read it, I think it's just what I want it to be. I'm so thrilled. I cannot tell you. I feel my Guru wrote it through me.
Good morning again, friends. I'm here at Ananda, Pune, in the new bookstore. I thought it'd be wonderful for you all to be able to see the store and for me to give this class on Swamiji's books, A Treasure. I don't know how often or if ever we've given a class like this, but Swamiji wrote so many books, and I think we need to have the time to really look at what all he wrote and why did he write them and all. So I thought I would discuss that with you today. When I came onto the path, I had lessons and various things to help me to understand the teachings, but how to apply them was a question I had. And then when I got to Ananda, I mean, the whole time I was at Ananda, visiting and living, Swamiji was writing books. He wrote books on every topic. I was able to read the manuscripts of many of those books before they were published. And I was able to get help in how to bring yoga, meditation, masters, techniques, and teachings into my daily life. And Master commissioned Swamiji to do just that. Now we know Swamiji lectured, he wrote music, he sang, he spoke 8 different languages, he helped so many people around the world through teaching. But one of the most important parts of his life and a part of his legacy is nearly 150 books. Master commissioned Swamiji to write the books. It wasn't Swamiji who said, I like writing, I'm a good writer, I want to write something. All of the books that he wrote have the teachings of our gurus. The teachings of our path are in all the books. Master wrote these books, Swamiji would often say, through him. So Master told Swamiji, your work in this life is writing, editing, and lecturing. And so Swamiji, he began writing during Master's lifetime, he began editing. Master had him, he brought him to the desert retreat with him when he was working on the Bhagavad Gita. And he said, Master said, I asked Divine Mother who I should take with me to help me. And Walter, your face appeared. And I asked her twice more your face appeared. So Divine Mother confirmed it was Swamiji that she wanted to go out to the desert to help Master with his writing. And so over the years of Swamiji's life, he wrote on just about every topic. He wrote on success, he wrote on leadership, he wrote on health, he wrote on healing, he wrote on superconsciousness. Of course, he wrote on the scriptures, and I'll be reading some of various things. He wrote on affirmations, he wrote on relationships, he wrote on education, on health, on so many topics that help us to be able to bring yoga and our teachings into our daily life, into our daily existence. Now, why did Swamiji write so many books? So that's a question I often ask. I mean, it seemed like you could write 10 books and maybe that's enough. But he wrote to be able to bring out so many parts of Master's teachings that we needed to hear more about, that they needed to be brought more into the light or more into our consciousness or more into our awareness. He wrote on so many topics, and I'll go over some of those with you now. But Swamiji was a channel for Master's teachings, Master's light, to bring the essence of yoga, of meditation, of Kriya yoga in daily life to people everywhere. And it was a blessing to be able to see Swamiji so thrilled. I was there when he worked on the Bhagavad Gita in Gurgaon here in India. And I remember the day he just said on this talk how he wrote 600 pages in 2 months. We were there for those 2 months while he was writing. And I remember at the beginning, he said, well, I don't know if I'll be able to write this because I don't have what I need to go deep into the Gita. And so he said, maybe I'll write a pamphlet. And so we were thinking he never wrote a pamphlet, hardly ever. And so the first day he said, maybe that's what I'll have to do. And honestly, the very next day we went there and Swamiji, he said, now Master's writing this through me. And he began writing and he wrote for those 2 months and it was flowing, as he said, like a stream, like a river. Every day he was thrilled. Master's words were coming through him. He was writing and we were reading the manuscript and it went on, that stream or that river flowed for those 2 months. And then during the editing process. Now, what was interesting is I asked Swamiji, so we were there every day reading, and you could feel Master was there writing through him. So we asked Swamiji straight out, is Master writing through you? He said, definitely. And we said, is he here in this house with you? And he said, yes. And that's the vibration you felt. And that's what you feel in Swamiji's books. Now, what do you get from a book? That's an important thing. People read all kinds of things. They go to the bookstore, they go to a library, they pick up all kinds of books. Whatever the author's consciousness is or was, you're picking that up. You're putting that into yourself. If it's a heavy, low vibration, if it's a sensual vibration, if it's a mean vibration, if it's angry, if it's nervous, if it's restless, you're just bringing that right into your consciousness. And a lot of people do that, and they read anything and they read the news all the time and all that's going on. But what happens? So you're bringing the consciousness of the writer, just like a painter. A painting, you see a painting, you're bringing that consciousness into your own. So what happens with these books that Swamiji wrote? And I'll show you various ones, also from Master, of course, but you're getting a blessing. I think people have to realize that you're receiving the consciousness of Master through Swamiji, through Master's books, of course, as well, and through Swamiji. You're receiving an upliftment of consciousness. You're receiving clarity of the teachings. You're receiving light. You're drawing in peace. You're drawing in wisdom, joy. So when you pick up and you begin to absorb the various books of Swamiji and Master, they're changing your life. They're life-changing. They're transforming. They're cleansing your karma. They're cleansing your consciousness. They're uplifting you and expanding your awareness. And so of the books that Swamiji wrote, how do we use them in our life? Well, the first thing would be to try to read something every day from Swamiji's books, Master's books. And you could read a whole book. Now, these days, people usually go, they don't read a whole book. They read parts and skip through and all that. So, but one way is just take a book and try to read the whole book or read as much of it as you can. Another way is to take one of the books, take one every week and just go through, just open any page and read something and read a paragraph or read a page and feel that that particular message was for you. And so first of all, you can read a whole book, or you just take any of the books, take one a week, take one a day, and just read something and put that consciousness of the masters and of Swamiji into your own consciousness, and really read that the consciousness of masters coming to you, the blessing as you read anything from any of these books, that Master has written, that Swamiji have written. There's a divine light and blessing that goes into your consciousness. I'll say it goes into your brain, into your nervous system even, and it changes your consciousness. And so every day, just open a page and even feel, Master, speak to me today, and feel that message. Another is to, when you're going out on a trip or a vacation or whatever, when I travel a lot around India, and I always have some book of Swamiji or Master with me as a protection, really, from the vibrations that are all around. And also I want to read something of theirs to take them with me. Now, here's an interesting point, that Swamiji has left his body some 11 years back. But is he not still our teacher? I mean, I still want him teaching me. This is the point I think people forget. Well, they say, well, it's over, he's left his body, but he's still teaching through the books and teaching every aspect of yoga, including Ananda Yoga, meditation, Kriya Yoga, the philosophy of yoga, seva, satsang, discipleship, guru-disciple relationship, success, abundance. It goes on and on and on. He's still teaching. And how can people say, I never met Swamiji? Well, you certainly can. Surely through his lectures and through the videos that you see, but also the link that you keep with the teacher through the books that he's left. And Swamiji, he didn't write books for himself. He didn't want to write. He was a great writer, though. I mean, you can read something that's so heavy from who knows who, but that you fall asleep on the book. But Swamiji is so precise. He's clear. It's magnetic. It's fun. It's deep. It's uplifting. It's super conscious. It's got the right vibration. And just with a paragraph, you feel, wow, he knows what he's talking about. And I think that's the thing that we have to understand. And he's still teaching us. And so if you want to know Swamiji, if you want him to still guide you, direct your life, teach you how Master taught him, well, it's in the books. And it's in nearly 150 books. And he left all of them so that we wouldn't miss the point. He talked on every topic. And so also, I was saying you can take books with you when you go out on a trip or business trip or visit somewhere or go on a vacation. The other I want to suggest is, why not share the books? Share books. Now, the thing is, if someone's having a special day, a birthday or whatever, you want to give a gift to a friend, why not give one of these priceless books? They're treasures. They're treasures. People give someone a shawl, or I don't know what people give these days, but why not give the gift of wisdom? Why not give a treasure? These are treasures. Give that to a friend, to a family member who may not believe in what you're doing. And there are a lot of books that Swamiji wrote. They're for everyone. It's not a Kriya Yoga book or like that. It's for everyone. So give the gift of a book. We have children's book. We have all books for all ages. And so feel that another way to be in tune and to understand the books and to be able to give is share with friends and family these priceless books. Now, what I like to do is just share with you a little bit. I brought some books out so I can just show you ones that, there's so many here. You can see behind me. There's just, we're going to pan here in a moment. You'll see there's so many books here. But so I can't go into all of them, but I'll go into some of the favorites, I would say. And so, of course, this is Autobiography of a Yogi. I'm going to Masters and Swamiji's and a few other authors that we have at Ananda Publications. Now, this is the original book. I love to see this. I'll just read the verbatim reprinting of the original 1946 edition of Autobiography of a Yogi. And then Swamiji writes here, with all its inherent power, just as the master of yoga, Yoganandaji, first presented it. This is a masterpiece, and we have it also in Hindi and Marathi. I'll show these to you. Now, we're on Amazon. We have almost 40 books. We've been on Amazon for about a month now, or back on Amazon for about a month. So you can order books from your local center, Ananda Center, or join us on Amazon. Amazon's live. We're going to have all the titles on Amazon very soon. And the next book I'll show you, which Swamiji showed, Essence of the Bhagavad Gita. And just the words here, Swamiji says, rarely in a lifetime does a new spiritual classic appear that has the power to change people's lives and transform future generations. This is such a book. And Master said, millions will find God through this writing. He said, not thousands, millions. I have seen it. And then we have other scriptures. I won't read through these, but Revelations of Christ, Patanjali. And then this is a great book, Awaken to Superconsciousness. Now, here are some chapters in this book, so I'll just show you so you know what's in here. Raising your consciousness, chanting and affirmations, magnetism, energy, the missed link, interiorizing the mind, God, personal or impersonal, intuitive guidance, and so forth and so on. This is a fabulous book, Conversations with Yogananda. And I wanted to pick one to read that I read the other day as well. This is a very interesting point, Master. These are conversations Swamiji had with Master for the most part. The professor asked Yoganandaji, which came first, the tree or the seed? The tree came first, the Master answered without hesitation, as the idea of a deed precedes the deed itself. The tree was, in this way, a special creation. God, when he set the process in motion, gave the tree seeds that it might produce other trees like itself. Everything at first, he added, is an idea, a special creation. Then we have this fabulous series of the Wisdom series of Yogananda. They're all various titles. I can't hold them all up to you so you can see them, but Spiritualize Your Life, Glowing Health, Success, True Potential, Calmness, Courage, Happiness, Karma, Reincarnation, How to Face Life's Challenges. And this one part, just so people know how we're able to put these books out, these were taken from the lessons written by Master in the 20s, written in the 20s and 30s, the articles that appeared in Inner Culture and East West magazines published before 1943. And then these wonderful daily books with Living Wisely, Living Well. This one on affirmations. I'll just read one of these affirmations. This is a wonderful one. Thy cosmic current flows in me, through my medulla, flows in me, It goes on and on. I think and will the current to flow. It's a fabulous book. And many great affirmations, another affirmations book. And then quickly, education, leadership, meditation and inner peace. And then I'll just briefly hold these up from Jyotishan Devi Ji, Touch of Wisdom. There's a whole series from their blogs. This is a great book, Kriya Yoga by Nayaswami Devarshi. And Nayaswami Shivani just launched and put out this great trilogy, Healing with Life Force. So as you can see, there's a lot of variety. I would say start with what you feel in tune with and continue reading, maybe until you reach that 150 book mark. God bless you all. And I'll ask Nitendra now to join me on the screen for some questions.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. These are awesome and your backdrop also looks wonderful. So the first question, Dhyanaji, we have is, was Swamiji a born writer?
He was a great writer. He might have been a writer in other lifetimes, one would think, likely, but how do I know? But he certainly had ease with writing. But I think the main thing is what did he write? People write a lot, but what is it that they write? Swamiji was open to his guru's words and teachings and thoughts, and that's what he wrote. And so he wasn't just writing to write. Even if you are a born writer, what do you write? So he gave his whole life to Master. Master told him he had to write. Swamiji did it, but he did it with the power, the thoughts, the inspiration, the vibration of his guru. That's the important point. It wasn't Swamiji wanted to write these books that I just went through and the books you see behind me. He wanted to serve as guru. And this was a way that he could serve to give the teachings in just about every aspect of life to help people spiritually.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. The next one is, what is the best way to absorb more of vibrations of our masters and gurus from these books?
What's the best way to absorb the vibrations from the books? Yeah. The way I do it is after meditation, I read something because I can absorb it better. Or also before going to sleep, I can absorb things better. On a quiet day in seclusion, yes, but I'm hesitant because then people say I'm never quiet and all that, but you need to read. You read something, don't you? So I think, why not pull back on some of the other reading that you have, especially the social media reading, and just take a little bit every day until you build up more and more. But it's a good question. How do you absorb it? I absorb the vibrations. And even if I can't remember the words, I remember the vibration. So try to absorb the vibration of the master of Yoganandaji as you read his writings. You read Swamiji's writings, try to attune yourself to the vibration. The words, the understanding typically will come later. I remember sitting in lectures with Swamiji early on when I first came to Ananda, and I didn't really understand a whole lot, or maybe I didn't grasp it, but I understood the vibration. So the vibration of these writings, it goes straight into your soul, and it starts to dissolve your karma. It starts to take you to God consciousness. And so as you read, don't just read the words, just feel Swamiji's talking to me, Master's talking to me, they're teaching me, they're guiding me, they're changing my consciousness. And then you'll be able to take in more of what the book is really about. What is a book really about? Is it just knowledge? No. It's about change and upliftment and transformation. And our books are about God, reaching God consciousness. And if Swamiji had to write 150 to get us to reach God consciousness, God bless him, I say, but why don't we read them? Do you have any more questions?
Yes, Dhyanaji, there is a live question. I am new on this path, just read Autobiography of a Yogi. Can you suggest top 5 books to
The
me?
top five?
Yes.
Top five books. Yes. I mean, these are my top five. I don't know who else's top five, but autobiography, the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, the new path. I'll bring out the new path in a moment, which is really the sequel to Autobiography of a Yogi. It's Swamiji's journey as a disciple living with Paramahansa Yogananda. I would suggest that. I would suggest Whispers from Eternity for devotion. And then I would suggest maybe Super Consciousness, the one I held up a moment ago. Oh yeah, this one. Awaken to Super Consciousness. It's very practical, down to earth, and gives you tips for daily life. That was a good question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhyana.
And then?
Yeah, one last question. So we've seen that Swamiji had a lot of travel and a lot of administrative work. He was setting all the Ananda communities worldwide. So when did he find time to write such books?
Every waking hour, I would say. I mean, he would get up in the middle of the night. If he felt Divine Mother giving him something to write, he would be up early in the morning. He would be writing all day. He would take a break, take a walk, or have his meals. Then he'd go back to writing. And, you know, at a certain point, he could have a laptop, computer. He was set up wherever he traveled. I mean, wherever he went, he was able to write through the use of computers. Yeah, travel didn't take away from his writing. I think it added to it somehow. I mean, when you're in tune, you're in tune. Master could write through him no matter where he was. And we saw it. I mean, I saw Swamiji writing one book after another, and just the joy on his face when he would finish. And he was just so pleased. What was he pleased about? Not, I wrote another book. He was pleased that Master gave him another book to share with the world, to attune to God and to lift their consciousness. And so travel didn't get in the way. He was always, as far as I was with Swamiji from 1978 till his passing, and he was always writing a book. So I think for us to keep in tune with him, let's keep reading the books that he offered to the world, that Master offered through him. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day, and thank you, Nitendra. Do you want to span? We'll just show you the store here. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.
Oh.